Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's BloodFox, and I hope you enjoy your time. So, in my life, I've played a lot of Dead Space when I was younger, like a ton around its inception. I 100% both Dead Space 1 and 2, and regardless of how much I've played it, it still finds ways to scare me. Kinda wild. Let's open this bad boy up and talk about it, starting with Dead Space Remake's sound. I would argue that the audio here in Dead Space Remake is much worse than its predecessor, and when I say worse, what I actually mean is that it is very good. A lot of the sounds flickering around you and echoing down tight, long hallways can make newbies and veterans really paranoid. There were a lot of times where the audio would be scaring me through my playthrough despite not seeing anything visually. It can be enough to make most anyone feel uneasy and skeptical about moving forward. In some areas, sound will cut out and you hear a necromorph shrieking somewhere in the distance, or you will hear their rapid and heavy movement near you, in the walls, the ceilings, behind a door, or near a vent. It is extremely unnerving. I'll show you some clips, and a special one that doesn't occur in the original game, that really actually had me shook for a bit. Oh shit. I'm trying. Am I tripping? They did change it up a little bit, right? Let me test that out really quick. Oh my goodness, that's so much better. So much better. I should have done that a long time ago. Okay. Hango, cargo, tram control, mining locked. Okay, so I think this is where we want to go.
Flight deck tram control.
I'm pretty sure I missed that level 1 security room. I don't think I ever came back for it. I just want to go in there and see what's in there. What the fuck? A nice touch they added is that you constantly hear Isaac's heartbeat, and it reacts accordingly to what he sees and hears. It's a small feature, but can make you feel really stressed. Another thing we should talk about here within audio is that Gunnar Wright reprises the role of voicing Isaac here in the remake. If you didn't know, in the original Dead Space, Isaac was a silent protagonist. Aside from grunting and getting hurt, you know, the minor sound bits. I think Gunnar voicing Isaac in this remake really adds to the overall experience. He does great voice work, and without a doubt, he does great here as well. In my personal opinion, I don't think there's any issues here in the audio department, so let's move on to the graphics and visuals next. Visually, man, I don't think Isaac has ever looked better. With or without the helmet, I have no problems with Isaac's appearance whatsoever. I think it was a nice touch to make Isaac and Gunnar Wright look alike. To me, he is Isaac Clarke. Moving beyond Isaac, the environment, the necromorphs, to the visual effects, they all look really good, and man, some of the visual effects look so rad, like trickling electricity from a malfunctioning floor conduit, flames that emit from your flamethrower. The game is just candy for the eyes, and I love that. Having played in 60 FPS as well, with little performance issues, this game is just absolutely beautiful. Even though things look new and improved, they somehow were able to retain the memory of what I visually harken back to in the original. Quite a feat to capture such nostalgia. Let's move on to what's most important here, the gameplay. So how does it feel to play? Honestly, it feels very nice and it's really responsive. Using stasis isn't difficult, and using the kinesis module to fling, shoot, and move things around feels real good. Stomping corpses and hearing Isaac retort an angry "fuck you" is just oh so good. Movement is really nice. Similarly, with most Isaac's actions and animations, he is much faster than his former self. Not only is Isaac faster, but so are the necromorphs. Some of them have abilities I don't recall in the original, and it definitely seems as though they leap further than they used to. The newest addition to this remake is the zero gravity thrusters, allowing you to move freely as you please. Gone are the days of jumping from surface to surface. Thank the marker, we've been made whole. There was only one bug I came across while playing, and I'll play a brief clip. But I somehow got stuck within the inventory tab and had to reload a recent save. $19,000. Let's see. It won't let me navigate. Something seems to have happened where I can't close this. What the hell? I can't exit out of it. Aside from this though, I'd say overall, the gameplay and performance are pretty darn good. So let's move on to the story section. Dead Space Remake's story is relatively the same as the originals, aside from some additional cutscenes and minor plot adjustments for a better and more logical experience. I don't want to dive too deeply here in case you're a new player looking to get into the game. For those who have played and know the story, this doesn't need to be talked about a ton since it is pretty much the same, and that's something I'm happy about. So let's move on to my final thoughts. The Dead Space Remake is an absolutely great game, and if you're a new player looking to get into survival horror or are just interested in the game in general, I can't recommend this one enough. I would recommend this to new and veterans alike. They surprisingly did this game a lot of due justice, and I am glad that everything has emerged from Aegis 7 once more. The game is stunning, and the lighting makes everything look so great. I give the Dead Space Remake a rating of 4.5 red foxes out of 5. My name's BloodFox, thanks so much for watching, and hey, who knows, maybe we'll get a Dead Space 2 remake. Never forget there's always Pang. Later, Gators. See you in the next one. Peace.